concept now is variation of acceleration due to gravity with shape of Earth. So we know that when it comes to the shape of Earth is generally considered to be spherical. But when it comes to the real case, that is not completely spherical. And at the poles, at North Pole and at the South Pole, it is having some flat surface. And also at remaining points, you can consider that remaining all points, if you consider, all points are not having same distance from the center. If I consider different points on the surface here, different points may have different radius here. That means Earth is not completely spherical. It is nearly spherical only, but there are so many deviations on the surface. At some place, at sea level, there may be less radius. At hill station, there may be more radius. In that way, the value of radius always changes. Then, if I consider one particle, one mass here, small m is taken here. And if the radius of Earth is average radius is capital R, then what is the general formula we can write for small g? Acceleration due to gravity, small g is nothing but g capital M by R square. Of course, g value always remains constant. It is universal gravitational constant, whose value is 6.67 into 10 power minus 11. When it comes to mass of the Earth also remains constant. Any point you can consider. At any point you can place the small mass, but the mass of Earth is always to be constant. And then, what about radius? And here, the radius is different in different places only. If the radius is more, g value will be less. If the radius is less, g value will be more. That means purely here g value depends on square of the radius. G is inversely proportional to square of the radius. Okay. So in that particular case, you can write here, if you want to compare 2 points here, one point may be taken at equator. One point always you have to consider at equator, and other point you generally consider at pole of the Earth. These 2 points always we have to compare. So when it comes to this, g pole by g Earth, if you want to write, g pole by g equator is equal to inversely proportional. No? So radius at equator square by radius at pole square. So where g value is more, at poles or at equator? At which place g value will be more? You can have more value of g. See here, at poles or at equator, where the radius is more. The radius is more at equator, and at poles the surface is flat only, no? So that the radius will decrease. Since the radius is more at equator, so that g value will be less at equator. So g value at equator is always be less than g value at pole only. We can write this relation just based on the shape of the Earth only. And of course, at all places, g value is not same. We are comparing only equator and pole only. And what about other points? At other points also, g value is not same everywhere. But we generally take the value of g is 9.8 meter per second square, which is an approximate and average value at all the places on Earth. The very average value we consider here for g, that is 9.8 meter per second square. At different places, that value will change. Okay. Now, this is the concept of variation of g with shape of the Earth. And also sometimes we know here that the g at equator and g at poles both are different only. No? Then how much more the G value at pole when compared with the equator. That also you have to write. So G pole is equal to G equator plus the difference in value we are writing. That is also the approximate value. That is 0.018 meter per second square. Of course, the value of G is meter per second square only. No? So when you want to take the difference between G value at poles and G value at equator, all are nearly equal to 9.8 only. But the small difference will be there. Very much small difference will be there. The difference is 0.08018 meter per second square. So also can write here G at poles minus G at equator is nothing but 0.018 meter per second square. Okay. So this is for variation of G with shape of earth. And so it is about variation of G with rotation of earth only. In this particular case, again, if I consider the shape of the earth, just consider the spherical shape only. And also we can represent here 2 points. Just to compare the variation of G at different places, we generally consider here 2 points. One point is at equator and other point is at pole zone. Okay. So in this particular case, at any particular point, if the position of particle is taken, small m, a particle of small m is taken at one particular position on the surface of earth here, then when we consider the velocity of every point on the earth is completely different. When earth is rotating, at every point angular velocity remains same. Every point will complete one particular rotation within same time. It can make the angle of 2 pi radian within same time every time. But different positions on the earth will have different velocities. V equal to r omega. No? The relation between linear velocity and angular velocity is V equal to r omega. Omega remains same for the whole rotation of body. But when radius changes, definitely there will be a change in linear velocity. So because of its linear velocity, because different particles, different points are having different linear velocity on the Earth's surface. So the center here on this particular point, two forces really will act on it. Okay, so one force is centripetal force and other force is weight of the body. And here at every point, two forces will act there. So one is centripetal force and other is, I don't go through the whole derivation here. In regular classes already explained the whole thing. Now, just I will go through the formula here. So, in this particular case, if I consider this particular vector makes an angle lambda with equatorial. In this particular case, the variation of G value can be taken just by taking weight and centripetal force. The resultant force we have to write. Then you will get this particular answer. So the G value at any position if you want to write, that is nothing but G value at poles, minus R omega square. It is from centripetal force only. Cos square delta. So this formula indicates the variation of G with rotation of earth only. Okay. Now, by using this particular formula, we can write different points here. For example, if the point is taken at equator only, if you want to calculate G value, G at equator, if you want to calculate, what is the formula then? Gp minus radius at that particular point into angular velocity, that is constant, and cos square. At equator, what is the lambda value? Particle is placed only at equator, then lambda becomes 0 only. No? So then this will be 0 degrees. So then what is the answer then? Cos 0 is 1 only. No? So answer is G at equator is equal to G at poles minus R omega square. That means again because of rotation also, there is a small change in the value of G between equator and poles only. Okay, because of already in previous case, because of shape of the earth, there was a difference of 0.018 meter per second square. At the same time, due to rotation also, we will have a difference here. That R omega square value, or Gp minus Ge can be taken as the difference is 0.034 meter per second square. Okay, because of rotation, that is the difference. And if you want to calculate it poles, if the point is taken here, then this line has to be drawn like this, then lambda becomes 90 degrees. If lambda becomes 90 degrees here, cos 90 will be 0. No? That means the whole second factor will become 0. Then G dash is nothing but G poles. That's why we have written Gp minus something. At any other position, if you want to find out G value, the variation of G due to rotation can be taken by using this particular formula. That is G dash equal to Gp minus R omega square cos square delta. Sometimes in the examination, they ask us the question for 60 degrees, 30 degrees, and for different angles, they ask us the question. That you should know this particular formula. How can we derive this formula? This formula can be derived by using the resultant of two forces. One is centripetal force and other is weight of the body. Based on that, we have to derive this. Already you have the same derivation in your notes. So, this is also one of the important formulas. See here. At any particular point, due to rotation, the value of G dash to be 0. It may be happen because of rotation with high speed only. So you have to find out here what will be the time taken for the earth if it rotates in such a way that G dash will become 0. So G dash is 0 in the sense what the formula you can write at equator you can consider. G dash at equator you can consider. So what is the general formula? G dash equal to G poles minus G at pole minus R omega square cos square delta. The maximum value you can consider so that Gp minus R omega square. This value, if it wants to be 0, then what will be the G value? What will be the G at poles? Generally, you can write G values. G should be how much? R omega square. And this is also equal to R into what we can write for omega. Omega is nothing but 2 pi by T, angular velocity. Or angular frequency omega is equal to 2 pi by T whole square. That is equal to G only. Now, G by R equal to, in that equation, G by R can be taken as 2 pi by T whole square. But finally, if you want to calculate the value of T only here, then T square will be 2 pi whole square into R by G. And then what is the value of T? T is nothing but 2 pi by taking square root on both sides. E is equal to 2 pi root over r by g. The time period can be taken as 2 pi root over r by g. So r means radius of earth and g means it is nearly equal to 9.8. You can write. In that particular case, if you substitute all the values of 2 pi r and g, then it is nearly equal to 1.4 hours. How much time it will be? 1.4 hours. Within 1.4 hours, if Earth completely rotates about its own axis, what is the real time taken for the complete rotation? 24 hours only, no? It will take 24 hours for the complete rotation. But if it takes only 1.4 hours for its complete rotation, then what will happen? Then G value will become 0 at equator. That means gravitation will not be there. When gravitation is not there, then no particle and no mass is attracted by the earth. We can just fly in air on if it is happening. But our time period is not 1.4 hours now. Our time period is 24 hours. So this is in this way also we can understand by using variation of G value with rotation. The previous concept I explained two things. What are those? Variation of G value with shape of the earth and variation of G value with rotation of the earth. So in both the cases, I just gave some values for the difference between G at poles and G at equator. And really, if you want to calculate the difference, okay, the difference is G at poles minus G at equator. That is equal to, what is the difference due to the shape? That we got 0.018 meter per second square. What is the difference we got due to the rotation of Earth? That is 0.034. And totally how much it will be? 0.052 meter per second square. And the real value between G at poles minus G at equator, the difference is 0.052 meter per second square. But one factor comes due to the variation of G with shape of the earth. Other factor comes due to the variation of G with rotation of the earth. Okay. Now, the next concept. Next point is about variation of G with height from surface of earth. In this particular case, again, if I consider the shape of earth, let me consider the spherical shape of earth only. And the radius can be taken here, capital R. The value of capital R is nearly equal to, and approximate value or average value at all the places. It is equal to 6,400 kilometers. Nearly it is equal to 6,400 kilometers. And this is R, and we know that the value of R is equal to nearly 6,400 kilometers. If I consider any particular body on the surface, you can take it as you can calculate the G value by using the previous two relations only. But when it comes to this particular point, if the particle is taken at some height from the surface of Earth, if the height of the body from surface of Earth is h only, if height varies at different heights, will the G value change? That you have to see. So to calculate that, a very much simple derivation, quickly I will explain that. And what is the general formula for G? G at surface. G at surface of Earth at any place, the general formula you can write it as G into capital M by R square. And if you want to calculate the same G value at some particular other height, what is the value then? G into M by, both are same, but here what is the R value? If point is taken, particle is taken on the surface, it is R. If particle is taken at this point, then it will be R plus H whole square. To calculate the GH value, just you better take the ratio of second equation to the first equation. Okay, so then GH by G surface, the general value, that is equal to. So second equation by first equation gives R by R plus H whole square. So that is simply R by R plus H whole square. And here, for example, if R is taken common here, if R is taken common in the denominator, then it will be, in numerator it will be R square only. In denominator, if R is taken common, when it comes out, it will be R square, of course. 1 plus H by R whole square. Then, of course, R square and R square will get cancelled. Then, GH by G surface is equal to 1 by 1 plus H by R whole square. Finally, it is equal to GH is equal to G by 1 plus H by R whole square. So this is the formula we can consider for variation of G value with height only. But every time we don't use this equation, it is the correct equation and it is the general equation. But here, if I want to write, if I want to take the H value, the height of the body from the surface is very much less. For example, if height is taken 100 meters from the surface only, when we compare with 6,400 kilometers, and this 100 meters is very, very less only, no? Then H value can be neglected here. H value will be very much less than. So in that particular case, you can write the same equation as, that is, G equal to GH is equal to, that is G into, if the denominator term comes to the numerator, that will be 1 plus H by R whole power minus 2. The expansion, if you write for this will be 1 minus 2 H by R, and higher order terms also will be there. But if H is very much less, if H is small, then we can just neglect all the higher order terms. So H square by R square, H cube by R cube, like that you will get. When you compare the square of 0.1 something with square of 6,400 kilometers, it is negligible then. So that we have taken only 1 minus 2H by R, G into 1 minus 2H by R. This is the formula finally we can use to calculate the variation of G value with height only. In most of the questions, we use this particular equation. Only in few cases, when this formula is not suitable to use, then only we can use the previous equation, the general equation. But in most of the cases, we use only this particular equation. So variation of G with height only, that is GH equal to G into 1 minus 2H by R. And we have 3 types of error. I think all of you remember the errors. Absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. Fractional error and percentage error. So if you want to calculate, G value is varying here, and to identify or to give some equation or values for variation of G. So we have to write here, first type of error is, that is simply change in G value only. Yes, absolute error. Absolute error in G value is nothing but G minus GH. And you have to understand here, at more height, when you are going to the more heights, what will happen to G value? Increase or decreases? It is G into 1 minus 2H by R. When height increases, then the result will be less than the value of G. So that while height increases, what will happen? When G value decreases. Then to calculate the value of G minus GH, what is the G minus GH? Here you can write G minus 2GH by R, you can write now by multiplying G with the both terms. Now, G minus GH, if you want to calculate, that is nothing but 2GH by R only. That is absolute error. And the second one is fractional error. The next one is about fractional error in the sense delta G by G. This is actually delta G, na, where you change in G value. Delta G by G in the sense 2GH by R by G. Then it will be how much? 2H by R. And final one is percentage error. And how can we calculate percentage error? Percentage error is nothing but delta G by G into 100 it is. Delta G by G into 100. That means 2H by R into 100. So directly sometimes the question may be like this. Sometimes the question may be, they directly ask us to calculate percentage error or absolute error or fractional error. Then these type of formulae can be used. Okay. So for the variation of G value with height, here we can use the equation G into 1 minus 2H by R. But when it comes to, for example, H is equal to R by 2 if I consider. If H is R by 2, what will happen? In place of H, if I substitute R by 2, then 2 and 2 will get cancelled, R and R will cancel, then 1 we will have here. 1 minus 1 will be 0, then GH will be 0. Then according to this particular equation, at height of R by 2, at height R by 2 from the surface of Earth, G value should become 0, but that is not correct. Because it is only approximated formula. We have another formula, another real formula here. What is that? GH equal to G by 1 plus H by R whole square. Since this calculation will become more complicated, we are using that equation. But in such cases where G value 0 becomes 0, then we can use this particular equation. Then here you can substitute H equal to how much? R by 2 I considered, no? Then R and R will cancel 1 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2. 3 by 2 whole square will be 9 by 4. If it will be reversed, it will be 4G by 9. At a distance R by 2, at a height R by 2, what is the value of G? 4G by 9, not 0. Okay. If the calculation is very difficult in this particular case, then only we can use this equation. But most of the cases they give on the second equation. So this is the case how G value varies with height only. In the same way, we also have to learn about variation of G value with depth also. Okay? That is about okay. See, becomes variation of G with the depth only. So when we go to some depth from the surface of Earth, in that particular condition, what will happen to G value? Generally, when you're going to the more heights, what happened to the G value? G value was decreased only. No? That's what we proved in the previous page. Now, when we go to some depth from the surface of Earth like this, then this point, if I just consider at the same depth, all the points, if I just consider, they can form a spherical shape here. Then this particular part of the sphere, this particular part of the Earth covers less mass when compared to the whole mass of Earth. Whole mass of Earth is taken m only. But if I consider this particular point, only to calculate the G value, this mass is to be considered, not the whole mass of Earth. In that particular, because this part of the Earth only will apply some G value on this part. So in that particular case, here one important point is to be taken, that density of Earth is always same. But in real cases, at surface, the density is different. At different points, the density is different. But we generally consider here at every point, the density remains same. In that way, density can be taken as mass by volume. Density can be taken mass by volume. And if m is the mass considered mass of the whole body, of the whole Earth, if I consider, then this mass will be less than that, but we have to calculate. I don't do the whole derivation here. Then if you solve that, directly you will have an equation. You can get an equation for G at some particular depth D. That is G into G on the surface into 1 minus D by R. So this is the equation we will get if you just derive with the same procedure here. Okay, GD will be how much? G into 1 minus D by L. Here also you see what is the fractional error, percentage error, absolute error. When you consider absolute error, when you just consider here absolute error can be taken as delta G, and this can be taken as G minus G D by R only. No? Then what is delta G? Change in G value is G D by R. And what is fractional error? Delta G by Z. What is that? D by R. When we compare the previous case with height and depth, in which case the deviation or difference will be more? Here, what is the formula? G into 1 minus 2h by R. And here, 1 minus D by R only. So, there in case of height, the change in G value is a double when compared in the case of depth only. Okay. So by using these particular factors, variation of G only I explained for today. What are those? Variation of G with radius of Earth, that means shape of Earth, variation of G with rotation, variation of G with height, variation of G with depth also. Even with height and depth, in both cases, G value decreases. That means where will the value of G be maximum? The value of G be maximum only in case of surface. On the surface, G value will be more. Even you go to the more heights or even you go to the more depth, definitely G value decreases. Okay. So these are all the